Hi, welcome to my next little video, and I'm just going to talk about retro photography and the perils of buying second-hand equipment. I mean, you can't buy it new anymore for film photography, so I'm doing this little video about the cameras I've bought that have been not that good and I've had problems with, and a lot of cost as well. But this will give you an idea. This is an M42 mount 135 lens. Bought it must be 2 or 3 years ago now, but to get one that worked, I had two others that didn't work. One of them, the aperture was jammed, the other one, the screw thread had gone completely. So that's just one lens. I mean, it was only about 25 quid, but the pain of having to buy it, get it, try it, and then have to either send it back or they say don't send it back. But this isn't the first time this has happened. I'm going to show you now another lens that I had the same problem with. So with this lens, it's an Olympus Zuiko 135 lens. I've now had two of these and neither of them worked. And they both had the same problem. This one, the seller said don't bother sending it back because it's not worth repairing. And the problem I had with it, there's two push buttons that help with, which are to do with the locking mechanism on the actual when the bayonet locks on. One of them is permanently in and it won't lock in place. I'm sorry, I'm holding that in front of my face. And both copies of this that I've had that same problem. So what do? Do I get another one and then have to get another refund? I don't know quite what I'm going to do. I know there's a place I can go and buy these, but they tend to be a little bit more expensive and I don't really know. But I'll show you this. I'll do a close-up shots of all of these so you can see them. Okay, so it does go right sometimes, and sometimes you get some amazing deals and they work perfectly as if they've just been opened. I mean, this is my Canon T70. The lens comes separately. This is actually on loan, this lens. I need to buy myself a lens. But when I bought this, it come as if it had never been used at all. Switched it on, worked first time, exposure's perfect, lighting is perfect, winder's perfect, absolutely no problems at all with this one. And this body cost £12, and they're more expensive now than when I bought it. Just literally thought, oh, I've got to have that for 12 quid, and so that's how I bought it. But this one has worked so well, and I've had no problems at all with it. But now I'm going to go on to my most expensive mistake so far. This is probably my most expensive waste of money. It's a Yashica Electro 35 GTN, and I thought, I know I'll buy it from a Japanese seller because, you know, it's like it's from Japan and it's in mint condition. And no, it's probably the worst buy I've ever had. This cost over 100 quid, and then I paid import tax, and the lens has got fogging on it. When I put my first reel of film through it, it had a light leak, so there was that problem. Then the shutter, when used with the self timer, jammed open. So the shutter was not firing properly, and I wish I never bought it. Okay, this one hasn't got its lens on it because it's on my other camera. This is the 1000 FN, and it didn't come with a lens. It come as is with the body, and I bought the lens separately. Again, it was under £20. It said tested and working, put a roll of film through it, worked first time. No problem at all with this one. Absolutely excellent camera. Not as fast as some of the old retro Canon cameras. And the next one I'm going to show you, actually, again, problems. Okay, so this one's the Canon EOS 100. This is the second one I've had. Now, I bought it from a dealer on eBay, the original one, and they said, you know, perfect working order, tested. Thought, great, buy this. Bought it, it arrived, it worked. However, I think they didn't do perhaps the thoroughest of tests. I put a battery in it and it fired for 2 frames and said the battery was dead. And I thought the battery was dead. So I then decided, well, what I'll do then is I'll buy another battery, brand new battery, same problem. So I had to contact the seller and say, look, it just isn't working. Sent it back, bought another one. This one works perfectly fine. So it seems like every other camera I buy that I've wanted has had problems with it. I'm going to show you one more, and this one is a broken one that I've still got, and the one I bought that does work. So this is a Praktica BX20. This one doesn't work, the shutter doesn't work on it at all. And this one is the one that does work, and this one has got this one's lens on it. Oh, there we go. So what happened was, it wasn't worth sending this back, and the guy said keep it, but I also had the lens with it. So I had the lens and bought another body, and this one works perfectly. So, you know, there are some swings and roundabouts with it, but as I say, it's buyer beware. You know, you've got to understand that by buying second-hand old cameras, there's going to be issues, and you may have to send a few of them back before you actually get something that really works well. What is my favorite camera? Let's just do my favorite camera. There we go. This is my favorite camera by far, the Olympus Omen 20. And this had problems as well, even though I managed to fix them myself. The actual back plate, which puts the pressure on the film, I opened it up one day and it fell off. But it's held in by some pins, and I managed to refix it back in. So yeah, this is probably my favorite camera. I've got two lenses for this, 28 and a 50, but that's why I want the 135 lens, because obviously it's a nice set to have, all prime lenses. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back to you with some actual other film shots very soon with some new interesting films.